Hello, Jessica Frost-Ballas here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing 4 new Distress Oxide ink blending combinations and a few projects using some of the combos and the new Christmas release from Concord and 9th that's now available. So let's get started. First I'm blending Salvage Patina, Peacock Feathers, and Prize Ribbon Distress Oxide ink onto a panel of Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock. The panels are cut to 4.5 by 3 inches and will be trimmed down further to be added to my swatch book. I've shared a few Distress Oxide ink blending videos previously, and you can find a link to my main blending tips and tricks video in the link above. In the video description, I'll link to the other blending videos where you'll learn exactly how I create these swatches. My next combo uses Spun Sugar, Kitsch Flamingo, and Salvage Patina. My third combo uses Tattered Rose, Festive Berries, and Seedless Preserves. And my final combo uses Milled Lavender, Wilted Violet, and Black Soot. Here's a quick look at the finished swatches. I decided to use that last combo for a simple ink-blended card using the new O Holy Night set from Concord and 9th. I started by stamping the image onto a panel of Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock with no-line contour ink from Hero Arts, just so I'd have a reference for my blending. Next, I ink-blended the panel using Black Soot, Wilted Violet, and Milled Lavender Distress Oxide ink. I concentrated the darkest color on the corner furthest from my sentiment and blended down towards white in the bottom right corner. After I finished blending, I let the panel dry completely and then prepped it with a powder tool. I left the stamp on the lid of my MISTI so I could restamp and heat emboss the image after I finished my ink blending. Once it was dry, I stamped O Holy Night and the manger stamp with embossing ink and heat embossed it with gold glitter embossing powder. Then I added a few splatters of water, some white paint, and white shimmer paint. When I added the splatters of white and shimmer paint, I covered the sentiment with scrap paper so the paint wouldn't obscure the sentiment. Finally, I adhered it to a top folding card base. Next, I created an interactive 3D card using Home for the Holidays and the Card Stacks bundle from Concord and 9th. I started by loosely tracing around the outline of the Card Stacks bundle background on a piece of Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock. I erased most of my lines so it was just a faint reference. Then I used it as a guide for my ink blending, following the curve with Prize Ribbon, Peacock Feathers, and Salvage Patina Distress Oxide ink. Once I was finished blending and the panel was dry, I die cut it with the background die. I also die cut the 3-layer stacks from white cardstock. Next, I built my little village of houses from the Home for the Holidays set. I die cut the houses from sorbet and grapefruit cardstock with gold glitter roofs and doors. I also die cut the snowdrifts for the roofs and pine trees from white cardstock. I use liquid glue to put the houses together and then set them aside to dry. Off camera, I stamped a sentiment from Home for the Holidays and die cut it with the banner die. I also die cut a second banner from sorbet cardstock for a shadow. I used the hilly border die to create a sloping ground on the largest 2 layers and then adhered my sentiment and houses to create my scene. Finally, I added double-sided tape to the scored and folded edge of each layer and adhered one side of each layer to the blended background. Then I simply removed the adhesive backing from the other side, made sure they were all lined up correctly and flat, and folded the other side of the blended background over the layers to adhere them to the side panel. The card folds flat for mailing, but creates this fun little 3D scene, and the blended background is the perfect winter sky. And that's it! You can find more information on the products I used in the YouTube description below or over on my blog. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. If you do subscribe, make sure you click the bell so you're notified the next time I post. Here are a few more videos you might be interested in, and until next time, have a fantastic day and happy crafting. Bye!